Welcome to Bitcoin Fantasy. It's time to explore NFT games. Here we are with this RONIN RPG. We've been playing it for a couple of days, and we think it's a good video game with a lot of content. If you like it, we can bring you several guides on quests, best spells, hidden weapons, and other RPG features. If you don't want to miss out on future ones, you can leave your like, subscribe, and activate the bell so you can stay tuned for future tutorials, free NFT games, airdrops, giveaways, and much more material that we work on daily. To start, the game is available for both mobile and PC. You don't need to download any apps. You can create your account from your browser, link your RONIN wallet, create your character, and that's it. At first, there are no hero classes like in other games, such as warriors, mages, or archers. That doesn't exist here, so you don't have to think about it. The first missions are typical tutorials, where you're taught the basic mechanics. Among the main buildings NPCs will show you is the Forge. Here you can craft equipment and cosmetic items that improve your stats by passively boosting memory crystals. In the Mage workshops, they are used to enchant memory crystals, which grant bonuses and additional abilities. Inside each forge and workshop, you'll find a recipe book showing all the recipes you can inscribe and those available to you. These recipes are obtained through quests, defeating certain monsters, or clearing certain dungeons. Once you have the necessary ingredients, you can craft these items and powers. Additionally, you can implement mana infusion when crafting some items. When crafting certain items, you can infuse them with mana to gain better stats. Doing so will give you a set of affixes, which are like bonuses. For example, when crafting armor, if you infuse it with mana, you can gain a bonus that gives you a higher percentage of resistance to fire spells. We're just making up this example, but the gist of it is as follows. We'll cover how to get mana infusion in other videos. We'll explain how battles work using a real-time, turn-based combat system. The time bar below the screen tells you when you can attack. It's important that you make decisions quickly because, as we said, it's in real time, and if you waste time, your enemy will attack you more times. When your character's photo reaches the blue bar at the end of the bar on the right, you can execute a hit, skill, healing, and more. You can use up to 4 spells. Some require a few turns to generate, while others have no limits and can be used with every move. It's important to plan according to your play style and the enemies to defeat the best spells and the best strategy. In some, fire will do more damage. In others, ice will do more damage. In others, it will be easier if you attack with all your power every turn. In others, you must choose to heal yourself. Use bonus spells that add more attack, more defense. Depending on what the enemy decides, leveling up will be important to you. Depending on the monster and your level, you will gain more or less experience. After each fight, you reset all your life to the maximum. Important aspect why you will not need to spend on potions for after each fight. Although it is worth noting that if you lose in combat, you will be teleported to the main base. A slightly dirty tactic that you can use is that if you notice that the enemy can win the battle, you can choose to flee the fight. With this, you do not lose experience and they will not eliminate you. It is not available to all opponents and you must be agile to do it, but it can save you on several decisive occasions. Before moving on to the quests, let's talk about the enemy variety. You'll encounter minions, elites, and bosses. These enemies become progressively more difficult with each level. This means that, for example, you'll encounter a spider in different areas of the map, with different colors and levels. If its level is too low relative to yours, you won't gain experience, and if its level is too high relative to yours, you won't gain experience even if you win battles. This is important to keep in mind. Minions are relatively simple encounters with few stat modifiers. They're generally placed at strategic points on the map to slow your progress. Elite enemies appear in small groups, usually accompanied by 1 or 2 minions, and have stronger attacks, special resistances, and notable visual differences. Bosses are found at key points in dungeons or quests and often have unique mechanics and abilities, as well as multiple time bars that you'll need to pay close attention to. Questing. Like any RPG, completing quests is essential to progressing through the story. These can range from simple tasks, such as collecting certain items, to epic boss fights. As you complete more quests, both main and secondary, you'll gain experience and rewards that will allow you to improve your skills and equipment. Missions can be quite complicated, not only because you're sent to face powerful monsters, but also because of the map and finding your way around. For example, if you're sent to explore a cave or a forest, the map won't show you the exact location you're heading to. You'll need to use directions, such as the cardinal points north, south, east, and west, or NPC descriptions. This might remind you of video games of yesteryear that weren't exactly easy for new players. We theorize this happens because the game isn't as optimized as it should be, and there are certain tweaks the developers didn't know how to implement. Still, if you like games with a certain degree of difficulty, it can be beneficial. We're going to complete a couple of quests, and this will also serve as a guide in case you have any questions. The first will be this one about the mine, called Mining Rights. This NPC, in the form of a wolf or dog, tells us the story that one of his workers took over one of his mines, located southwest of the camp. It's important to learn the cardinal points if you don't know them because they will be very useful for navigating. The rewards are quite valuable. We obtain a new firepower, some gold coins, and we get a mount. This would be a chocobo. Here they'll call it something else, but let's not fool ourselves. It's a chocobo. We head to the mine to show who the real boss is. Some friendly orcs oppose us, and we have to burn them to enter the mine. Once inside, we notice something interesting. The path is blocked by some girls with guns, but if we download the game, it offers us the opportunity to burn the tents as a distraction. This is silly, but the differences are in the small details, and these details make us consider this Ronin game a good game. As evidenced by the pirate eye patch we have, we like adventures, so we decide to defeat the warrior girls without distractions. We find the guy we were sent to capture, and we again have the option to let him go, and he agrees to leave the mine free. Or we have the option to fight and humiliate him and show him who the real boss is. Obviously, out of respect for all the hours we spent leveling up, we won't avoid any combat, but having the option to make these small decisions is something we like. After defeating him without problems, we return to the camp with the wolf in search of our rewards. We don't work for free. Gerald of Rivia doesn't work for free either, and he was admired in many cities, so we won't be any less. Also, we want our chocobo who makes things easier for us. We had planned to complete the basilisk hunting mission in this video, but if we do, the video will be longer than we'd like, so we think we'll save it for the next video. Perhaps a solo video because it's a mission that's complicated for multiple players. Not so much because of the final fight against the basilisk, but rather finding the basilisk can be tricky. But we'll save that for the next video. On the other hand, we know that many are eager to know how much they can earn in this game and how they can earn it, and how they can become millionaires. We ask for your patience. We're still investigating financial issues, but we want to make a series of videos to have more content and try to grow the community a little bit, little by little, in case you like them and support them. Maybe we don't get any views and no one is interested, and then we won't make as many videos. But if these guides are a decent success and you support us, we can make significant progress on this video game. We'll see. For now, we consider this a good summary. If all the information was useful to you now, you can click like, subscribe, and activate the bell so you don't miss upcoming free NFT games, airdrops, raffles, DeFi investments, and much more content that we work on daily. Write your comments below because we always read them. It is time to say goodbye. Wishing you profitable investments or knowledge, and remember that if you have a Bitcoin fantasy, you should join us.